What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Diablo 3 build guide. In this build we will be going over the Inna's Mantra LTK. It's just going to be a quick guide. There's obviously a few guides out there about this one, but I'm just going to quickly go over the gear and show everyone what I'm actually looking for in this build. So basically, to start this build off, you want the 6-piece Inna's Mantra set. 2-piece bonus, increase the passive effect of your mystic allies and the base passive effect of your mantras by 100%. The 4-set bonus is gain the base effect of all 4 mantras at the same time. As you can see, it's 3 down there because I've got 1 on my bar. And your 6-set bonus is gain the 5 ruined mystic allies at all times, and your damage is increased by 125% for each mystic ally out, which is obviously times that by 5 and then times it by 10 because we're using the crudest boots, which means we have 10 mystic allies on the screen right now, which gives you 1250% increased damage. I'm going to quickly go through the 6 pieces, which is your gloves, your helm, your chest, your waist, and your leg, and then also we will have the royal ring of grandeur in the cube, which means there's no need for a 6-piece to wear. So on the shoulders we'll be using Lefebvre's soliloquy for the up to 50% reduced damage taken. For the wrists we'll be using Bindings of the Lesser God. Each enemy hit by your Cyclone Strike takes up to 200% increased damage from your Mystic Allies for 5 seconds. Which means these 10 Mystic Allies that are out now will be doing up to 200% increased damage every time I Cyclone Strike an enemy, which you'd be Cyclone Striking a lot in this build. Like I said, for your boots you want the crudest boots, which summons 2 Mystic Allies to fight by your side. For your jewelry, we'll be using the Traveler's Pledge Compass Rose, and we'll be also using the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. For your weapons, you've got to use a Scarbringer, and we'll be using Rapid Strike. So every time you have Epiphany up, Rapid Strike will mimic what you're doing. It doesn't show it on the screen because obviously there's no enemies, but on a random enemy, basically you have 2 lashing tail kicks going around for free. Let's quickly go over the stats that you're looking for. For your helm, you're looking for Dex, Vit, Crit Chance. These stats that I've got right on my screen are not optimized yet, so some of them may actually be different. But like I said, for the helm you want Dex, Vit and Crit Hit Chance. For a necklace you want fire or physical damage, depends on which you use. I'm currently using physical. I haven't even got physical damage on there, but you want fire or physical % damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage. For your shoulders, you want Dex Fit, cooldown reduction, and reduce resource cost. Reduce resource is the most important stat for this build. The more you're spinning like this, the more resource you got, the better. There will come a time where maybe you've got a little bit too much, that by the time you get to 0 you press your Mystic Allies, you back up to 200 Spirit again for your air ally. That you may be allowed to drop some, but I doubt it. So there's a fine line, but you do want a lot of resource cost reduction on pretty much the gear that you can, which obviously I'll go through and you'll know which ones have got resource cost on. For your chest you want Dex Fate, Mystic Ally damage, armor or life. If you need the life, that's fair enough. If you need the armor, go for that. If you don't need both, then go for Mystic Ally damage. On your waist, on Dex Fit, all res life %. On your gloves, on Dex Fit, crit hit chance and resource cost reduction. On your legs, you want Dex Fit and armor. On your feet, Dex Fit, life per second, and lashing tail kick damage. And say I've got movement speed on that one, which isn't really needed, but if I could, I'd go for life per second on them. On your wrist, you want fire or physical damage again, dex, fit, and crit hit chance. This is close to a perfect roll. Obviously, the dex is a little bit low, fit is very low, but the crit hit chance is close, and 20% physical damage. For your rings, we'll be using, as I say, Compass Rose, Traveler's Pledge. But for your Compass Rose, you want dex, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, resource cost reduction. For your Obsidian, you want resource cost reduction, cooldown reduction, either attack speed or crit hit chance. It's entirely up to you. Crit hit chance, crit hit damage comes before attack speed really in this build, but if you feel like maybe you need a little bit more attack speed, then you can go for that. For your weapons, you've got the Scarbringer and Rapid Strike, obviously, which for the Scarbringer you want dex, life per hit, or damage percent, and then resource cost reduction. So if you want the damage percent, you can go there. If you want the life per hit, if you're struggling, then go for the life per hit. Rapid Strike, you want dex, crit hit damage, cooldown reduction. Quickly go over your cube. I'm currently using a Crystal Fist. You can change a Crystal Fist out to a Flying Dragon, that's the more preferred option. At the minute I'm struggling with a little bit of defense. I've only got 575 Paragon. But you can, Flying Dragons are more preferred, but you can go for the Crystal Fist, which is a 50% damage reduction every time you dash. You want Rivera Dancers in the cube, in the armor slot. It gives you a lash and tail kick attack 50% faster and 300% increased damage. And obviously the Royal Ring of Grandeur. Let's quickly go through the skills. Lash and tail kick, sweep and armada. You can change out Vulture Claw Kick. Total personal preference, should I say. Sweep and armada does more damage in a bigger area. That obviously burns them as well, so I prefer for the little bit bigger area. I might switch to that just to see what it's like and if I can see any difference, but we'll figure that out. You got Cyclone Strike, Implosion. Mystic Ally, it doesn't matter what rune you use for Mystic Ally because you get them all anyway. Dash's Strike, Radiance, or Blind Speed. Blind Speed obviously for the dodge defense, Radiance for the attack speed. You have Epiphany, Desert Shroud, 50% damage reduction, and Mantra of Salvation, Agility, which you can also change out for Blinding Flash, Replenishing Light. For the passives, you want Unity, Beacon of Utah, and Harmony. I'm using Near Death Experience at the minute, but I would prefer to switch it out for Seize the Initiative. Let's quickly go over the gems I'm going to be using. Two main gems is Being of the Stricken and Being the Trapped. Third gem is the Gogok of Swiftness or an Esoteric. Pushing with an Esoteric is mainly the way to go, but a lot of people use the Gogok of Swiftness as well for the increased attack speed. It just totally depends on your personal preference basically. For your weapons, you want a green gem in for your crit damage, white gems in all your gear, you see mine aren't maxed out, and a yellow gem in your helm for that 12% resource cost reduction. So that is the LTK Monk. In as LTK, basically this is all you're doing all the way through, bang bang bang, spinning, getting all the mobs together, keeping your defenses up, and kicking some ass. So yeah, thanks for watching this guide. Please like the video and subscribe as well, and we'll see you in the next one.